Hey gang, news breaking today that apparently Embracer Group is considering selling Gearbox now. This is fresh off of them closing Volition. The question becomes, is Embracer starting to liquidate some of their gaming assets in their portfolio? Like, Gearbox has been doing fairly well as far as I know with recent releases, and of course Volition with Saints Row, which the latest release was received some good, some bad. It's been a mixed bag as far as the latest Saints Row, but as far as I knew, Gearbox was doing fairly well. Remnant 2 has been growing in popularity and I think well received. So what does this mean? There's been rumors going around of other studios getting sold and or possibly up for sale, and more of a truffle shuffle in the industry as more studios close or open, and more indie studios are popping up everywhere. Are we seeing a shift where the backers or these large groups are starting to divest out of the industry for whatever reason? Are they expecting something that we don't know about, or is it just a matter of restructuring and they're selling off assets that they no longer feel are going to be viable to them, or they just need more capital for a bigger purchase? I really don't know what to say about this, honestly. It's such a an odd thing to see going on, but maker new Tomb Raider, yeah, and they had most recently with, what was it, Remnant 2, Borderlands has always been hugely successful. So let's see, they announced a restructuring to reduce its net debt. Maybe it's just to pay down debt. Like, it's fascinating to me that given Gearbox's releases and the work that they've been doing, why suddenly that their owner would choose to sell them. But maybe there's movements going on in the wider industry that we're not aware of. Either way, this is could this be beginning of a trend of companies divesting their gaming assets? And who would buy Gearbox? I could see possibly EA. I mean, Tencent is always buying something. If it does go up for sale, what will it mean? What will it mean for the people who work at Gearbox? Could we see a purchase of assets and then just to get the IPs and then closure of studio? I would hope not, but there's things going on, and it's starting to look weird again. The industry has always been somewhat unstable when it comes to jobs, and people are always shuffling around. Studios are opening and closing all the time. But major sales like this, and with Microsoft and Activision still in the weird space that they are with approvals and finalizing that deal, I don't know. Who do you think would pick up Gearbox if it went on sale? What are your thoughts? I think we're in for an interesting holiday season if this is the beginning of a trend. Assuming that it does actually go through and does sell it. It may just be a rumor, but the Reuters usually has pretty good sources, so we'll have to see how this develops. But yeah, interesting days ahead.